Okay, so I'm doing a Friday live stream instead of a video. Last night I was up pretty late trying to get the axles and everything out of the VR4. I finally got them out. It'll be in the Monday video of me actually removing them. It took me about 5 hours to pretty much beat them out with this big hammer and heat it up with a torch and PB blaster. Pretty much, you know, kind of just destroyed the, here, check this out. So I had to use this big old hammer, and it pretty much destroyed. There's the knuckles. So two good knuckles. Twin turbo knuckles are different than non-turbo knuckles. I found out. I researched it a little bit online, but the axles over here. Let's see. Let me grab one of these axles. Here, let me get off the. Let me see if I can get off the Wi-Fi. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I know. You're mad. Okay. Okay. Come on. It's on like LTE crap. So the axles I pretty much destroyed, and so along with the hubs. So I ordered new hubs already. I like the Timken hubs. So my hands are clean, but like you can see, like right there and stuff, like I just had to like heat them up and beat them with a hammer pretty much until the axles came out, and it was a fight, but I think I won. I'm pretty sure that I won. No, so I pretty much just beat the living crap out of those axles. I mean, if anybody could think of like 5 hours of just like full swings with a hammer, like baseball bat swings, like jumping up and like putting a swing into it, you know, I got them out though. So yeah, the axles are out. The car's actually almost finished, other than, you know, the fuel tank. I need to pull the other one out of the other car, and then the hubs that are on their way. They should be here Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully they come a little, like my Monday would be really premium, but yeah, the fuel tank's out. It was easy to pull. It was a nightmare inside of it, so there was no way I was gonna save the fuel tank. I had to put the original wheels that came on this car because the other wheels didn't seem to clear the brakes. So yeah, well, you know, somebody said swap the engine already. It's already swapped. This is the new one. So if you haven't watched the videos, you know, go watch them because it's already done. So I'm pretty much just buttoning everything up. I'm going to pull it off the lift since I have to wait till Monday or whenever the new hubs are supposed to come. So it's not just taking up the lift. I'll pull it off and just roll it outside. And then when the hubs come, I'll just put all this stuff back together. I actually got them off. Here, check this out. So they lost they won the fight, but they lost the war. So everybody that's just tuning in, you know, I gave her a few swings. So yeah, both axles are out. Both hubs are actually destroyed though, because of all the beating it with a hammer. So I beat it a lot with a hammer, and then so yeah, it's really close. I was hoping to actually be able to go to the drags this Friday. Well, actually, I mean today, because the only thing I'm really held up on is hubs. I could have done the fuel tank. I was gonna do it tonight, but yeah, without any hubs, I'll pull the fuel tank like Monday. The hubs will be here like Monday or Tuesday, and I'll just do all that stuff at once, and the exhaust as well. So, you know, I was kind of trying to make the drags, but I didn't get to it because those axles, something that was supposed to be like super easy, just slipping an axle in, turned into like a nightmare. And then also the old hubs out of this car that came out of those axles, or those axles came out of them, I was planning on using them. I actually pulled the knuckle off. But where did I put the hub at? I don't know. Oh, here it is. So this one is off of this car, and it came out really easy, but the bearing, like both bearings, have a lot of play. So I couldn't use those either, because there's no reason putting like hubs on like a car that you're going to drive around that already have like cached bearings. So yeah, I need some clips still. I got those Nissan clips for the intercoolers, if you guys saw that in the video. Right here, the actual nice ones that you could take out. And then there's like smaller holes, so the other clips are on order. They should be here probably Monday as well, so yeah. Especially, I could go to, it's pretty hot. I don't know if you guys could see that I'm sweating, but it's like hot in the shop, but not outside. So somebody said it's pretty smart to get new axles or new hubs. So I could get, like, O'Reilly has the like Moog ones, but the Moog ones are kind of like China ones. And I don't really like the Chinese, like, I don't know, I really don't like those because, like, you could tell, it's going to be my video, but you could tell, like, Chinese bearings and, like, the Timken bearings that are, like, made in Japan or, like, Europe or the US, and that's what I ordered for the car, was 2 new Timken hubs, and the difference is, like, night and day. So if you get, like, a Chinese wheel hub and a Timken hub, you can, like, tell the Chinese one will always be, like, kind of, like, rougher. And like, longevity wise, it makes sense to just put a Timken one on because they're more true. So what else? I have 8 people on here. What are you guys doing this Friday? Hanging out. Yeah, that's tight. Yeah, I wish I could have this project finished. I was really hoping to actually be, like, ripping it today. I really wanted to, like, do some launches tonight, but I wasn't gonna do like 7K launches. I was just gonna maybe do like the baby 4K ones, since the car's so heavy. Ooh, tight. But you know. And plus, I can't have this thing on the lift too long because me and Trevor are gonna do like a project, and we're gonna need the lift and all kinds of stuff. So just having it on the lift for no reason while I'm waiting for hubs is, like, you know, I need to get it off there, and I've been wanting to have it done. So let's see. Do you have a hot tank? I actually, not at the shop. I don't have a hot tank, but in my semi-trailer, I have like a parts washer thing. It like heats up and like sprays like jets of water. It's for cleaning like engine blocks and transmission cases and stuff like that. So it's not like a typical hot tank that's full like a solvent, and then you like heat it up and put the parts in there. But it does, I think, a better job of actually cleaning everything, because it's like high pressure, like hot, like it's like kind of like spraying it with a Hotsy, but with like not being like sprayed yourself as you're spraying it. So waiting for a certain upload. You mean Trevor's upload? I don't know if he'll upload until well, he might, but I don't know if he'll upload until like maybe Monday, because they're pretty busy. You know, I wasn't invited, but I guess everything went good, and they're kind of chilling at the hospital right now. Let's see. Somebody asked any mods in the future Big Turbo. I'm guessing they're talking about the VR4. So, you know, the VR4, if I keep it long enough, I'll probably, the turbo, I think, is like the best bang. They're pretty expensive, but best bang for your buck, and they're reliable. is the Borg Warner EFRs. They're like titanium wheel, and when I was at SEMA, I actually had to like, when I was at SEMA, I actually was able to like compare the exhaust wheels and the weight of them, like a Greddy, what am I talking about? A Garrett, like similar size turbocharger. The exhaust wheel is like heavy in your hand, and the EFR you barely even notice it's there. They're so light. So, and one of our friends actually had one on his RX-7, and he said it spooled so quick that it was almost undrivable because it hit boost so fast. So I'd probably put like twin EFRs on it, like a similar size, maybe a little bit larger, but other than that, I don't know, maybe a tune, but who knows how long I'm going to actually have it. Joe's upload from his trip. Who's Joe who? Joe Mama, probably. Huh. Oh, what's up from Portugal? How you doing? What are you doing this Friday? Ooh, that's Jesse. There's a Jessam. I think. Oh no, it's his boss. His boss is creeping around here. I'm pretty good. I'm just working on projects. I'm gonna actually wash and wax the BMW because it's been a month since I've actually cleaned it, so it's pretty grimy. The inside's not bad, but the outside, you know, it's been rained on a few times. Hasn't been in the garage lately. Ooh, 10-second drag race. I don't know if I could ever get the VR4 to be a 10-second car. It'd be so much money. I'd rather get like a Civic or like a 240 to like 10 seconds. Because you just have all kinds of issues and problems and break-in trannies and transfer cases and drive shafts. It'd be such a pain. Like you could get a 240 or anything else to 10 seconds much cheaper than the VR4. So I haven't visited Trevor or Jamie yet. They're doing like family stuff. I'm not sure if people other than like family can go and visit, and I've not like really been around like too many people having kids, so I'm not sure about the logistics of it. But yeah, the G35, I took it to a drift event, and it sat a while, so I'm pretty sure the fuel pump needs to be replaced, because when I took it to the vent, at the end of the vent, it started to cut out. When I brought it back to the shop, we have a scan tool. You can turn the injector duty cycle up, and once I turned the duty cycle up, it seemed to clear the problem up. But like right after I kind of unplugged that, it started to cut out again. So pretty much probably needs a fuel pump, but I'll have to check fuel pressure and everything before I do that. The VR4, I'm not sure how much horsepower it has. You know, power to weight, it's probably less than a 240. You know, they're so damn heavy. Ooh, a Honda Civic. Yeah, Civics are, I don't know, like Civics like my old Sentra, they're great dailies, they get great gas mileage. And then our friend Ben had like a Civic that was like, I don't know how fast it was, but it ripped. And then he wrecked into Audi on the highway at like one of those nationwide meets, because it like torque steered like right into the car. So there's a video somewhere out of it. Ooh, the MR. I wish I had actually had an MR wing. I kind of like how they look. There's I'm pretty sure there's one original 99 driving around town recently that I've seen, and you know, if I actually kept a VR4, it would be a 99 because I like the headlight style and the corner light style and like the wing, and they did some like different body stuff to it. So I think probably, I don't know if I've actually ever lost any money on a car, and I don't how much money. Yeah, I'm not sure how much money I've ever made on a car. I know like some things I've flipped and made some good coin, but you know, I've never really cared enough to keep track of it because it's not like a source of income. I just kind of drive stuff and then get tired of it and sell it. But like my 240s I keep around because I like 240s, and I don't know why I like 240s. I like had my first car was like a Suzuki Swift, and then like my 240 was like my fourth car, and then I just kind of like built it up in high school from there. So I don't. What is somebody asked about an 89 Prelude. Oh, they want an 89 Prelude. I don't know what cab is. I'm not sure what that is. Is it the all-wheel steering stuff? Because my friend had one with all-wheel steering and it was kind of sketchy. To like, he used to do, I don't know, he used to do crazy stuff. He used to think that was like a race car, and he'd take like on and off ramps. Like, it was scary. He also drove through a field once. But yeah, trailer wing. Those wings are like huge, but they're so dope. I just like how they're like the Evo wing, but they're like before, I don't know, they're just cool how they like look. It's like a park bench, but they look way better than all the other wings. VR4 versus Supra. I don't know, as long as the Supra, like, if the Supra didn't get traction or something, the VR4 might like have a chance, but you know, the 2J, I don't know, like Trevor's did, so Trevor's 240 with the 2J did 140 something, I think it was 140 something miles, 48 or 43 miles an hour in a half mile. And I think the VR4 would probably be able to do that. So a Supra is quite a bit heavier than a 240, so weight, like, I'm sure the weight would be somewhat close. Supra versus VR4 might be a thing, maybe, if Trevor ever gets one done. You know, Trevor always gives me shit about my projects not getting them done, like Supra project. Let's see. So I'm actually, somebody asked what me and Trevor do for work. Trevor just kind of, I don't know, does his own little thing. I'm not sure, you know, I don't really keep track of his like money situation or anything like that. But I used to be, I'm like kind of looking for a job right now. I used to be an engineer for Cummins, so like high horsepower natural gas. So yeah, I'm kind of looking for a job. I don't have a job, but it's not like I don't have like money saved up and stuff like that. So right now I don't have a job. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday. Somebody asked about why I don't have any S14s. I kind of want to own like a kooky S14 someday, but if I don't find one cheap, and like it's not something I have to have, and I guess like now S13s are really not something that I like have to have. When I come across them like cheap enough, I'll buy them. The same thing with an S14. If I found like an original like S14 kooky that was like a 5-speed manual or something, I'd probably I'd probably definitely pick it up, but I wouldn't get like some S14 that's been like all like cut up and super janky and stuff like that. So so somebody asked if the VR4 I have is a twin turbo. So all three of the VR4s I have are twin turbos. Two of them are 6-speed. The black one that I'm putting that engine in is a 6-speed. The wrecked one was a 6-speed, and the white one out back is a 5-speed, but it will be a 6-speed because I'm going to swap all the 6-speed stuff off of that one that had the rod knock because I don't have a 5-speed transfer case. So somebody asked the fastest car I've owned. I think the fastest car I've probably owned, yeah, it's probably, I'm gonna have to say I had I never dynoed it. It was like 450 horsepower Eagle Talon. It had like a 20G and all kinds of like stuff, HKS 272s, fully built bottom end, had like a long time ago. And I blew the transfer case up in it, and then Dodge warrantied it out, put a new one in, and then I actually drove it a little bit and then ended up parting it out. I should have probably kept it, but it was like an ugly, I wish I could link a picture, but it was like an ugly like banana yellow color. And I'll probably, after that car, I'll probably never own like a base like yellow car again because it was the ugliest like yellow that you could ever think of, like a banana on a car. No, it has a carburetor. So I'm not sure, are you talking about the 240Z with the carburetor? I'm not sure. No Skyline projects. Somebody asked why no Skyline projects. I probably sooner or later I might get a GTR or something, like an R33, R32, or R34, but right now I almost want one, but I almost don't because they're almost the same as a VR4 except less, like they're more reliable. So a VR4 is less reliable, but yeah, I'd love to have one, just to like have one, but it's not like the same thing. It's like not a car that I like have to have. If I like a car I really want to finish is my like 72 240Z with the RB30 in it. Like that's a car that I really want to get done, and I probably should work on that instead of all these crazy projects. But you know, the kind of the thing is like it'd be like a super like long project, and it'd be like probably a year of like 240Z videos, and people would probably not like the videos because they'd be like Trevor like sanding the Supra. But it seems like people are less interested in 240Zs and more interested in Supras because of the like Fast and Furious and stuff. But let's see. Yeah, so I'd like to actually, if I was able to get like up to like what Trevor has in subscribers, I'd probably do that as a like kind of a like as a form of employment. But right now, you know, with like 1,800 subscribers, I'm glad you guys are like subscribing and watching my videos. Every like subscriber helps, but I'm nowhere near like able to sustain myself on just doing videos and stuff like that and projects. But you know, the more projects I do, the more people are interested in like the projects. So you know, I always do projects and I like videoing them, so if that comes later, that's fine with me. So it's almost, yeah, that's cool to know. It's almost 300 horsepower. Yeah, I didn't know that. And I wonder if the 6-speed is a 6-speed or the 5-speed like different like horsepower rating, or because I feel like the 6-speed would have more horsepower. Yeah, I'm not saying Eagle Talons aren't cool. I'm just saying that mine was like ugly because it was somebody painted it like banana yellow. A lowrider truck. I probably might do, like, I kind of wanted to do, so I have a TDI swap from one of the newer TDIs that were like recalled. So I have that. It has a 6-speed transmission. It has pretty much all the wiring, everything you need. It's pretty much a whole dropout from a TDI. I want to get one of those like Volkswagen Caddies. I don't know if everybody knows what those are, but it's like a little, like a Rabbit pickup truck. I want to put the newer TDI engine in it and actually like make it a crew cab, but have it like low, and that'd be pretty. And like just have it as like a cruise around car, but have like a crew cab low like mini truck that's diesel and can roll coal. I think that'd be a pretty cool project, and like I'm kind of just like building up parts as I come across them to maybe one day do that project. Let's see. Yeah, you know, somebody says Trevor should do more shout outs. I appreciate all the shout outs that he's done for me so far. Usually, like this last one was a really good one. I think the ones before that only brought me in like a few subscribers, but this last one I think brought in like almost 300. And I mean, the more people actually share my videos and stuff like that, and I gain more subscribers, I think I'll probably hopefully get to like 2,000 by the end of next month. So, you know, it's the more people you have kind of watching your videos, it's kind of like a plague. Like people watch your videos and then their friends see like their cool videos and then they watch them. So that'd be cool if I could kind of get up there. But we're gonna be doing some cool stuff coming up. I'll probably be doing like more stuff on his channel because of like all the like the project we're gonna be doing. But you guys will see that soon, and I'll probably do some like kind of videos, but it's gonna be, I don't know, it's kind of vague. Like me and Trevor have been pretty vague on the whole situation on Wiki. Yeah, that's oh man, beer skip ball. Yeah, that's an old video. That's funny. Yeah, I think when we made that video, like me, Jesse, and Trevor had a few beers. You know, we also turned a bunch of old records we found in the back of a car into frisbees. But yeah, that was a fun time. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. Thanks for watching the VR4 videos. I know it's a big project, and I kind of wish it'd be cool if more informative videos got more views, but it seems like people want to watch a project come together faster. Yeah, the Caddy VW would be tight. I'm looking for a clean, you know, a lot of them are rusty, so I'd have to find two, one that's not rusty, and then maybe one that has a little bit of rust, so I could cut the cab and the frame and everything, because I'll have to extend it. Slightly longer videos. Actually, that's maybe a good question to ask the 20 people that it looks like 20 of you are on here. So this week I did an upload. Usually my uploads are at, I think, 7 Mountain Time, and then 7 a.m. So I did an upload during the week at noon, and then I also did one at 7 p.m. And it seems like 7 a.m. more people tune in and watch. What do you guys think about like timing of videos, and like do you like watching them at night, or when do you guys tune in the most? The year of the VR4 engine I put in it is a 95, so both cars were 95s. So somebody asked if I've been to the UK. I've actually have not been, but I was supposed to go to Daventry when I worked for Cummins, but then we had like pay cut, or not pay cuts, but like money issues, so like my trip was canceled and stuff like that. I have a cousin that is going to Cambridge with his wife, so I kind of want to go visit them and kind of check out the UK and stuff like that, so that'd be tight. Shout out Isle of Man. So somebody asked about the G35. It's good. I just need a fuel pump for it. I probably should stop being lazy and order it. I'll probably do that this week. So when like, you know, Adam and stuff's here, we could do some crazy stuff with it. Yeah, midnight. Yeah, that seems like an issue with like Europe and outside of the US. A lot of the videos go up. Everybody's kind of appealing to the US, and videos go up late. But that's cool. I have people watching from like around the world. Yeah, I might extend my videos a little bit longer. I try to keep them around like 15 minutes, but sometimes it's hard. So right now, somebody asked if I'm going to stay in Colorado. I'm probably going to stay. I want to build a house kind of where there's more land, but if I get like offered a really good job or something, I'd still do like YouTube videos and projects, but I definitely would move for a really well-paying job, because my old job was paid good. So, you know, that's funny. So somebody asked if I removed the AC from the from the 3000 GT. No, I did not, because I want to have that nice fresh AC blowing on me and have the windows up and all that stuff. But I did delete all the emission stuff and the like charcoal canister stuff. And when I put the new fuel tank in, I'm probably just gonna like loop the vent line up to the fuel neck, so you don't smell it in the engine bay, and I'll probably get rid of that line as well. Yeah, I know that when I do like 5 to 10 minute videos, it's like sometimes my camera runs out of power, I forget to charge it, or my memory card's full. Like today, my memory card is full, so I have stuff from last night, but it filled up pretty quick. It's kind of hard with memory cards. I have a 256 gig card, but you'd be surprised on like how fast that fills up at like 1080 or G35. That's the plan. G35 versus BMW. Once Trevor like kind of welds the diff and stuff like that. Yeah, so somebody asked about the house project. It's coming along. I was supposed to do some road base in the backyard this weekend, but the rental place that has the skidster and the dump trailer is broken, so I have to wait for them to call me back to fix it, or once they fix it they'll call me so I could rent the skidster and the dump trailer. Yeah, so somebody asked about the VR4 being the same as a GTO. They are exactly the same. There's probably some differences, like Japanese versus US models, but they're pretty much the same chassis. Fan clutch or electric on which car? Yeah, so Connecticut. Actually, I have a few friends in Connecticut. You know, it just depends on the pay. You know, if the pay is like what more than I was making before, I'd probably be interested in something like that. But everything just depends, because you have to factor, like, a lot of people when they are offered jobs, I'm kind of going off of this, like when recruiters come to colleges and college kids like get offered a position, most of them don't actually figure the cost of living into the job they're going to get, and they could pretty much just stay where they're at and get a lower paying job because the cost of living is lower there, and they would make more money than like if I moved to like New York and had all these extra expenses to deal with. So yeah, it just depends on like the positions. My view of the Toyota MR2 Turbo, so they're actually, I think they're pretty cool. They're kind of tight to work on and everything. Just most people, I guess, because they're midship, it's kind of like the Porsche thing. Like 911s, a lot of people kind of don't know how to control them, because once the back starts to slide out, a lot of them get wrecked that way. And it's surprising that there's not a bigger following of like the turbo MR2s. There might be, but I don't pay attention to it. So I wouldn't mind having one, but that'd just be like another car that I have. Dang! 95 engine is saying 320 brake horsepower. Man. That'd be tight. $3K. What do I think of? I guess you're asking what I think of Hager Garage. I just don't understand how they have so many people following them. You know, they're doing what they have to like make money on YouTube. But man, like, they seem like they are killing it. Some of the videos they put out is just crazy at how many views and like how many subscribers that they have, because I would never think like people would, I don't know, I guess it's just like I never think people would be like, oh yeah, like no springs on like a Miata, and like thousands and hundreds of thousands of people watch like them just like, I don't know, I guess that's the point of their channel. That's why it's called Hager Garage. But yeah, I don't know, they're doing what they have to. I guess they could be, I guess it's like their niche of YouTube is like Hager Garage. I guess the more hate they get, probably like the better it does for their channel. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, I've never been to South Africa. I don't know. I know when I used to work at the junkyard, we shipped a whole pallet of like Toyota truck rear ends to like South Africa, like a whole like 20 of them or something like that. But yeah, I've never been to South Africa. I think it'd be cool to go to like the desirable parts. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not very like informed about where's good and where's bad in Africa. But like, I'd probably like to go to Egypt and like South Africa, like the coast and stuff like that would probably be tight. 107 and 13 seconds? Really? I'm gonna have to test that out. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't want to live somewhere that you couldn't have. I have my share of guns and stuff, so. And my dad owns like a gun store, but you know, I wouldn't want to live anywhere where I couldn't actually have a gun, or they're like mad about stuff. So yeah, Colorado is actually getting more expensive is the thing. um, 50 to 150, probably like in the upper of that. um, that that would probably be what I'd be looking for. Learn how to tune ECU on which I've done some tuning with Megasquirt in like standalones, but you know, unless you do that stuff all the time, it's like anything, you kind of aren't very good at it. There's like so much to actually tune in an ECU. When I worked for Cummins, it was crazy like how thorough it is to go in and like actually tune an engine, because you have to. It's all the engine tuners that do like aftermarket tunes. They don't factor in like cylinder pressures or any of those other variables. So it's kind of just like, oh, the AFR is good and this is good. Like there's no knock, but probably like the Formula Drift teams and like the NHRA and like the big race teams do that stuff, but like kind of aftermarket tuners, I've never actually seen anything that goes through and like thoroughly tunes an ECU. Let's see. So somebody asked what I did at my old job. I was high horsepower natural gas. It was like energy solutions. So we did generator sets, but we did like the whole like application engineering of like the set. So we would pretty much design a set for like a facility, like I don't know, like I can't really state names, but and then we would install it and maintain it, and pretty much the longevity of like everything. So we would, if there was issues with parts failing, we would have to do like root cause analysis and all kinds of like stuff to keep that unit actually running and providing power, because they're providing power, heat, and stuff like that. So I don't know, it was a cool job. I like doing what I did. Some of the people that I actually well, my manager was a really cool dude, but then he got laid off, and then I got like this lady that pretty much didn't know anything, and then I got laid off. So I think if I didn't, like, if my manager wasn't laid off, I probably would have never been laid off, because he thought I did a really good job, and I actually had a really good performance rating through him. And then she was pretty mad that she couldn't give me a really bad performance rating because he did mine. So when I got laid off, I had like a really good performance rating. Let's see. Oh man, I don't know. Let's see. Mayhem Inc. Yeah, I'll try to check them out. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like Haggard does a lot of. Somebody said Haggard teaches young kids how to hurt themselves. I feel like some of that is like common sense, but after like seeing that like girl like shoot her boyfriend on YouTube, like she thought a phone book or whatever she was trying to shoot through was gonna stop a bullet. Like I'd agree with that. It doesn't seem like a lot of people have like common sense anymore. Like younger people. Trevor's baby. It's out and healthy, so I'm sure he'll do like a live stream maybe. I'm not sure what he's going to do because I haven't really heard from him since yesterday. He was like, we're going to the hospital, and that's like the last thing I heard from him. Yeah, somebody said about modern as any other city, you don't want to go to some areas, but yeah, I agree with that. Like, there's always, like, every city's gonna have places that you don't want to be in. I feel like with the internet and everything, and how like every like state has their like it's all government and it's all linked in the internet, and every city you go to, like I know people are like, well, New York's better, California, like LA's better. Wherever you go, they're all gonna have internet. They're all gonna have like McDonald's and like all of like they'll have like their like niche, like things that, but they're every city's pretty much the same. Like if you go to Europe, it's gonna be different, but like language wise and stuff. But they also have pretty much all the same stuff as the U.S. There's some differences like architecture and stuff like that, but I mean, like I don't know how to really explain it. It's pretty much, to me, you can go anywhere in the world and kind of, as long as you don't get like anxiety of being like around the world, like it's pretty much going to be the same. Unless you go to like China or Japan, like pretty much Europe is going to be the same. I'm not going to say the same, but there's similarities as the U.S. But I know some people are probably going to flame me for that, but it's like, it's a city, there's like buildings, there's food, I don't know how to explain it. Oh man. Oh no. Okay. Dang, 107 miles an hour. Hey, what's up, Ireland? Oh no, Jesse's actually at work. His boss drove by though in the little truck, so I was wondering if maybe they thought he was over here or something. Buy the parts from eBay. That'd be really easy. $1,500 drag car challenge. We've actually thought of, we're probably going to do like a drift car challenge, the BMW versus the G35. The only bad thing is the G35 doesn't have a title, so that kind of eliminates like using it on the road. So it'd probably be like Hammond or whatever that Ferrari was driving that wasn't like road legal. I'd lose like half the challenges because it's not like able to drive on the road. Yeah, that exhaust probably will make that VR4 sound a lot cleaner. I never liked how they actually sounded with the stock exhaust. Yeah, so somebody asked why me and Trevor went in on the shop together a long time ago. It's kind of, we just like had projects, and it wasn't like a business thing at all. It's never been like a business thing. It's always been like kind of like fun. So we kind of just wanted a place to be able to work on stuff, and it kind of has just grown into, well, for Trevor it's kind of grown into like this big like amount of cars and stuff, but we both have like a lot of cars. So yeah, it'd be nice to have a dyno to actually be able to do like pulls and tune on and stuff. That would definitely be awesome. What would you suggest as a first car for someone that lives in a city? When I lived in Minnesota, I lived there for 3 years. I'd just suggest a bike. Like, I biked more than I drove. I mean, it's so easy to just like get around with a bike. I know it's kind of, I don't know, it's like really good exercise, and I loved biking around because I could like go to the bar and just like get hammered and then ride my bike home and didn't have to worry about like getting a ticket. So yeah, so you know, bikes are nice in cities, and then you don't have to worry about getting like parking tickets. And the bad thing about cities is like everywhere you go, I mean, in Minnesota it was horrible. Like, you couldn't even park in like a Walmart parking lot because they would tow your car if it was there for like too long. So I'd definitely, if like you don't need a car, I'd definitely suggest a bike, because I've never really had a problem biking places, as long as I'm not one of those people that are like biking in a lane of traffic and think I'm a car when I'm not. Oh man. So how is South Africa? Is I don't know. All I've ever seen of like Africa is like, I've seen there's like there's like a rich part or something, and then everybody has pools. It's kind of like LA. Evo. Smart car. I actually went on a road trip in a smart car. It was not a good idea. Yeah, I don't think my F-250, I don't think I could have parked it anywhere in a city. I'm just looking through all these comments trying to see what's going on. Oh, so somebody asked for an update from the Audi. So the Audi's just kind of been like chilling, because like I'm still dealing with the insurance for that like accident. So, and the same thing with the trailer. So, well, the trailer was like my old boss's, so I was just borrowing it, and it got fixed, but the Audi is just still kind of on the back burner, waiting for this, like their insurance to like do something. I don't know. It's irritating. Dealing with insurance is the worst. I'd rather just like never have to deal with insurance and like stuff never happen like that. But I guess, I don't know, when a missile cruise like hits you, there's no. I really, somebody said ask Trevor for a Supra. I'm not like, not that, I don't know, Supras aren't very appealing to me. I'd rather have a 240Z. I like how they look. The body lines are a lot better. They kind of almost look like a Supra, or a Supra kind of looks like a 240Z, I guess. So actually, somebody said about a small car challenge. Me and Trevor kind of have. It's not. I don't. It's not going to be a challenge, but I was telling Trevor about an idea I had, and it might actually. We're gonna like find a cheap car. It may work. It may like blow up, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with it, because it's gonna have a lot of like boost going through it, and there's not going to be a turbo. Burnouts, I don't have anything to do a burnout in right now, and I don't really like doing like crazy stuff, and like I'm not gonna do a burnout in like Trevor's cars, like unless he like says I can. So sorry. I'm sure though he might do a burnout on my shit though. So how did I fit in this? I guess you're talking about a smart car. I don't know how I fit in it. It was kind of it worked though. Drove it all the way from Minnesota to what, Arizona or New Mexico or something like that for a drift event, and then back. Oh, that's cool. The guy talking about South Africa and being very modern. One of the guys that we had he came from South Africa too, but he said it was like there's all kinds of like. Maybe he said he came from Johannesburg or something, but it was like really ghetto, and he like had to like escort around, and it was I don't know. It just kind of like turned me off at like the time of actually going on a trip there. So I used to, somebody asked about an intro for my videos. I used to have an intro, and then like my computer got damaged in that accident, so I really haven't been able to like mess with that editing software or import anything into the Final Cut. And it's so old, I'd rather just like make a new intro, but I don't like know what I want to do for an intro. I just don't know like where I'd even start, because I don't have like any logos or stuff like that. I don't know. It's just intros and like outros are just so like you can make them like really like crappy, or they can be like really cool, but it's like, yeah. Somebody asked what my dream car is. I'd say probably just my 240Z to be finished and actually be able to cruise it around and break people off. Like I'd probably I think when it's finished I'll probably be able to show some R35s who's boss in a 72 240Z, but we'll definitely see. Any updates on the Tesla coil? Nope. I'm probably going to work on that after I sell my house. I really, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I definitely want to build a big one, and hopefully I don't get the feds like don't like when you make them. So someone asked how tall I am. I'm 6'8". So pretty tall. Everybody that like actually meets me, like I had a few people, well I guess there's a few people in Texas from like that watch YouTube, and like some people in Colorado, they're like, "Oh man, you're like really tall." So if you ever see me like at an event or something, don't be like discouraged because I'm so tall to come say what up. Intro should be my knees. Yeah. Nice vids on the 240Z. Yeah, that'd be, I don't know, it'll be in the next, I don't know, hopefully a couple months. What's up, Indiana? So somebody asked about my F-250. So I got it from my old boss, bought it from the auction for me, and I picked it up for $2,500. Probably have like another I probably have like 12 grand into it, but it's a really reliable truck, and I actually don't have to worry about it. So I probably have like 12 grand into it, but you can pretty much buy a like a 6-liter off of Craigslist for like 12 to 15, but they're usually pieces of crap. So I would have much rather gone that way, because now I know it's not all messed up. So somebody asked about my grandma. Yeah, she's doing good. She's gonna be going on a trip for 4th of July. There's like this cabin that we usually go to every 4th of July up in California, up in the mountains. But yeah, she's gonna go on there and do some hiking and stuff, and I guess I'll see when she gets back. Like, she has a lot of friends up there, so I don't know if people know where Ferndale is, but it's kind of up by there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's like started the knee thing, but it's definitely seems like it caught on. I should just start a Patreon. I keep saying I should just start a Patreon for all the knee commenters to go and watch knee videos or something, because they're so interested. $2K to $13K euros for a 1J? Is that for a whole car? Like a 1J is usually around like $1,300, and then a tranny's like, if you get a W58 or an R box, like most you're spending is like $8. If you buy like a CD09 and a swap kit, that's like 25 to like $3 grand, and mounts and stuff. Like, you'd have like around 5 to 6 grand just for like a swap, depending on like the options you chose. But if you did like a CD09, you'd probably be more on the 6 grand side. If you did like a W58, you'd probably be more like 45 to like 5, depending like your knowledge, and if you do it yourself or if you have like a shop doing it, it'll probably be a lot more expensive. Somebody asked about the Crown Vic. Rear mount turbo is pretty much the same. You're just running exhaust to it. You just have to like pump the oil back into the engine after it goes into the turbo, because the feed on the turbo is going to be pressurized from the engine. So it'll have pressure, it'll be pumping it to the turbo, but you have to pump that back to the engine. Farthest east I've ever been is I don't know if we went further on this trip, but I think Chattanooga, Tennessee is the furthest east I've ever been. And it just in the US. Like I've been to Europe and stuff like that. So what is Hypertrain like the EPA or something in Germany? Oh man. Yeah, so you need an actual it's like a siphon or a scavenge pump is what you need to return the oil back to the engine. What up, Ismail? Yep, no, I don't have, I had a girlfriend, but, you know, some stuff happened, so now I was going to have a Mrs. Dave, but, you know, not anymore, so, you know, that's that. Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it. Stay single. Actually, my ex-girlfriend was actually really cool. It's just you know, some stuff happened with her. She was Chinese, you know. It's the culture thing, the culture difference. So what's the project? The project's a VR4 3000 GT. Pornhub. Oh. Ooh. Oh man, that's where the knees thing started. Every day I'm hustling. Oh shit. So yeah, I don't know if I should. I kind of burned my arm yesterday though when I was. It doesn't really look burned in that thing, but when I was heating up that axle stuff. Oh yeah. I think my phone has some charge now. So I don't know what else I should talk about. I probably could like end this. I'm not sure what else I can talk about because I already talked about the VR4 and I've kind of just been hanging out. And I think my mom probably will have, she said that she's going to have some food ready at 5 and I want to watch the BMW. Jesse's at work, I think. He might be like sleeping at work. So yeah, the VR4 is almost done. The only thing, if you weren't here before, the only thing I had an issue with was that I had to order new hubs because I pretty much destroyed these ones getting the axles out. So yeah, there's oops, it's mad. Oh no, it's mad. So yeah, that's after about 5 hours of beating the axles out with a hammer on like for both of them. And that's a long time beating something with a hammer. I've never beat something so long. Oh. Yeah, so actually I'm gonna get it out of here later tonight. It won't run. I probably could start with like starting fluid, but the fuel tank is gone right now. So I still have to, yeah, the port connection stuff. So I still have to put a fuel tank in it. from the other car because one was all. Yeah, it says very bad connection. I don't know why Verizon's been so crappy lately. I haven't started the VR4 yet. Well, since it's been in this car. I am not going to drift the VR4 because I'd definitely break something. I did all-wheel drive donuts once in my Talon, and then I parted it out, but it had a brand new transfer case in it. Oh no. Very bad connection. Yeah, so maybe I have to be in the office. It's all mad about me walking around the shop. So, dang it. Okay, I don't know, how is that? Is that better? Bad fuel, the whole tank was like, it was probably because of bad fuel, but it was like a whole like thing of rust. The fuel pump was like, I don't know, destroyed. So I actually used an air chisel on those and a puller on those, and it didn't work. So the heat and the hammer in the PB Blaster finally it finally worked. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the Miku out of the G35 once that thing's a crumpled tin can, but I think it'll take quite a while to become that way because it's so not wrecked yet. So I can't clean the old gas tank because it's like all rusted, and there's no reason to clean it because I have a perfectly good fuel tank out of the wrecked car. Well, I think it's probably perfectly good. It's kind of wrecked, so hopefully the fuel tank out of the wrecked car is good. But there's no reason to clean the fuel tank if I could just swap another one in it. What up, Jeff? I keep going in and out of like very bad connections for some reason. Somebody asked what motivated me to do this project, and I'm actually I consider myself a pretty motivated person. I do a lot of stuff, especially project wise. Once I start a project, I kind of want to finish it, but you know, I bought the first VR4 with like the people told me it had a collapsed lifter. When I bought it, I kind of already knew better, so when I got it back, I pulled the valve cover, got it started on starting fluid. It had like a horrible rod knock. I'm pretty sure there's like 2 spun bearings. From there I was like, well, I need to find an engine. I found another car. Actually, a guy messaged me off Craigslist. He said, I have a car for sale. It has a bad transfer case. And I was like, great, I need an engine. Well, the car, I bought that car, but it was kind of too nice to, it's like not nice, but it's like not worth like just pulling an engine out of and scrapping the car. So then another guy hit me up off of Craigslist and said, I have another car that's actually been wrecked, and the best thing is to like, once a car is already wrecked, if you can find a wrecked car to fix 2. So I'll have 2 good VR4s. They're both going to be 6-speed, but yeah, that's the plan with the whole thing. the awesome cars in the US, man, I guess like that's probably like everybody, because the people in the US are like, man, the awesome cars that they have in Europe and Japan, like it's no, like I swear car people are never like happy. Like I'm not happy. I'm like, man, I wish I could have the S15 in Japan. And people like from Japan are like, man, I wish I could like have that like Cutlass, like 64 Cutlass, so I could make a lowrider in Japan. So it's pretty funny, like, and it'll never stop. That's how it'll always be. They're actually like pretzels. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how many. I don't really keep track. I'm not sure how many cars I've owned. I've only had 3 trucks. I think 3 trucks. A supercar replica. I actually was almost gonna buy a. It was a Lamborghini something, but it came with like an LS7 and all kinds of stuff, and then I decided against it. It was a pretty decent project. I almost actually bought a supercar. Well, I don't know if it's considered a supercar. When I was up in Minnesota, there was a Maserati that like burnt. Like the interior was like destroyed, but like the rest of the car was fine. And the people only wanted like $3 grand for it. I went there with like my trailer and my truck, and by the time I got there, like it was already gone. But that would, like, whoever got that was just like scored big time. Oh, you mean what car got me into the hobby? I'm probably a 240, if that's what you mean. Do I flip? I don't like consider myself like a car flipper, but I like buy, like I'll buy cars and then I'll drive them and then like I'll sell them like later. I don't really consider myself like a car flipper, but so the plan after it's done, I'll probably take it to the drags, do a few runs, and then drive it around. And the white one, I'm gonna put the 6-speed tranny in, transfer case, rear diff, and then I don't need 2 of them, so that one's just gonna get sold off, and then I will have just one, hopefully. And then the other one, once all the parts I need off of it are gone, I'll probably either sell this shell to somebody because it has a clean title, or I'll just take it to scrap. But we'll see what happens with that. The color of the VR4, am I going to change it? There's actually one around town that's painted almost the same, like green, maybe a little bit lighter shade of green as Trevor's drift car. It looks pretty good, but if I end up painting it, which I don't think I will, I want to paint it the Lotus Royal purple. I have not started the car yet because it doesn't have a fuel tank in it. Because the fuel tank was super rusty because of the bad gas, I'm sure. Somebody asked if I would like to make YouTube my main job. I wouldn't like not mind it if I could actually get the following that like Trevor or some like other people or Adele and stuff like that have. It'd be cool to do. It's great to like show people like my projects, and I'm sure you guys like seeing projects, but it's so hard to actually get to that point where you're able to sustain yourself off of YouTube. You need so many people to follow you, and I'm not even anywhere close to actually having that following to be able to sustain myself off of YouTube. Let's see. I signed up for an account, and I guess in Colorado you have to be a dealer to actually purchase off of there, or you have to do it through like a third party. So I actually need to call them because they owe me $200. Yeah, so that right there is like this old 7.3 compressor housing. Somebody asked if I have a Snapchat. No, I just have the Instagram. It's linked on my YouTube channel. It's just Road Bash TV or Road Bash. I'm not sure exactly. I have to look. Road Bash something. It's a picture of me. So, ooh, a key car. I'd like to have like a van key car would be tight. Yeah, I really want a R34, but the whole like being able to legalize it right now until it's 25 years old. I was almost thinking about buying an R34 in Canada. If I'm not sure if you can actually have them in Canada too, but I was thinking about buying one if you can in Canada, and then my friend lives in Canada, so I could keep it at his house until it like hits 25 years. That'd be the best way to get it, because once they had 25 years, they're gonna just skyrocket in price. Yeah. I think they got some Cosworths here. I've seen them around. I'm not sure if they're actually like imported or not, if we got them, but I don't really follow the Cosworths or anything like that. One of our friends had one before, but it was a project, and he sold it as a project. So I don't know, we're like hitting like 80 so minutes of this live stream. I think I'm going to actually end it, and then Monday I'll post up the video of like me beating those axles out. I got a little bit in there, but I don't know. I didn't have enough memory to record all of the hammering of those things and the heating up. But on my Instagram, I have like a picture of me like lighting them on fire. So let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's cool when you know somebody that has a account. I don't think I'd fit in a Mini Cooper, an original one. I know I fit in the new ones, but okay, guys. So I'm about to end this. Thanks for watching. And what else? If you're not subscribed, subscribe. But I think hopefully everybody on here is. Yeah, I have, somebody said they have a friend with dual citizenship, Canada and the U.S. I have dual citizenship, the U.S. and Germany, so, yeah, if you have any comments, just put it in the comments once this video is published, or questions or anything like that. But talk to you guys next live stream, and see you in the next video. Everyone wants these, so I'll give you, look at them. There you go, guys.